So, Caitlin Clark hasn't tweeted in a month. She tweeted about the baseball game, and that's the last time she tweeted in the last month. However, she was not happy in Iowa's win against Fairfield, where it was close, which is a bit of a weird one. Like, I remember Fairfield have been okay at times. Like, when they had Lulope Seneschal playing, they were all right. Like, they've been okay. They've had years where they've been all right. But obviously now Fairfield have been a little bit iffy for the last couple of years, and they're a team that's lost quite a lot of games recently. And look, I don't think they're the strongest team in the world, but it does appear like Caitlin Clark is out here, she's out here going mad about the refs. As you can see, no way to just give Stremlow a tech for that. The refs have to let the girls show emotion. And so Taylor Stremlow, the ball gets driven in. She swats her and then screams in her face and gets teed up. Do we not remember who else made that exact move? Who else did that exact thing? A player by the name of Caitlin Clark in what was one of the most iconic clips of her of her season. If you guys don't remember that pass she threw to Sophie Cunningham? Do you guys remember that really long pass that she threw to Sophie? Do you remember what happened right before that? Right before that pass happened, we had a pass or a block on Caitlin Clark to JJ Crinnerly, screamed in JJ Crinnerly's face, and then launched the ball to Sophie Cunningham for the layup. Like, that play doesn't happen if the referees tee up Caitlin Clark. That play doesn't happen if the refs tee up Caitlin Clark. And I'm sorry, I understand all of these things, but like, basketball is a spectator sport at the end of the day. Basketball is a spectator sport. She blocked her and just flexed on her. Like, I get it. There's probably rules against taunting and all that shit. But basketball is a spectator sport, especially at this level. Especially at this level, it's a spectator sport. Let people flex. Let people do that. Honestly, there's no harm. There is no harm being done. There is no harm being done at all by that. There's not. And you mean like, they're a bad influence on all the kids watching. As the Michael Jordan meme would say, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it here because it would be it'll get me into a lot of trouble. We all know the Michael Jordan Twitter meme. Oh my god. Here it is. I know your meme. There we go. That's all we need to know. If you're gonna ruin the sport of basketball, saying what about the kids? If anything, they might try to replicate flexing. Get a block first. Genuinely, get a block first. But Stremlow is 100% the leader of this team, and Iowa fans have 2 more years of it. Stremlow's been really good. When Chit Chat comes back, that's going to be very, very helpful for them. Because obviously, look, Chit Chat is a very key player for this Iowa team. Her ability to run the point is a factor in them winning. But there was actually just no point in this. It feels like it's the referees trying to just go like, oh well, look, you did something we didn't like, so therefore we're gonna go and tee you up. I'm like, you just want to control the game. Look, if this is a game that was chippy, if this was a game where you were like, oh, it looks like a fight's gonna break out at any moment. Okay. At the end of the day, you have to take it situation by situation. But at the end of the day, this isn't one of those, and we can all kind of tell this is not one of those situations where it's just an absolute shit show. The game is out of hand. There's tees flying around everywhere. We know that that's not what's happening right now. But yet we're now in a situation where you've got a player who gets teed up early in a game, because teeing them up early in a game means, actually, I was about to say, I was like, it's not as detrimental an early tee in college as an early tee is in Europe. I just, off the top of my head, I was like, all that means is that all she has to do is accidentally commit a take foul, and she's kicked out of the game, which is pretty much what's happening in what would have happened in Europe. So at least it's not that bad, but still. Caitlin Clark, no way to give Stremlow a tech. As an official, I would love working when your game's only text I've called probably does, and we're fighting / taunting. Always ask players not to go too far. It goes a long way managing to fuse two things. At the end of the day, and that's one of the things, if a good referee, a lot of the time, it's like, you kind of want the game. You kind of just want the game to happen. Like, if nobody's talking about you at the end of the game, you've done a good job. It's as simple as that. If at the end of the game, people are only talking about what the players did, you've done a good job as a referee. The problem is with a lot of referees in basketball, and it's not exclusive to the WNBA, it's not exclusive to the NBA, is that they care more, and they care more about what, like, fellow referees and the referees in the locker room are saying about how they did, than they care about, how the fans and how people watching the game think. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that matter. The fans are the ones that matter. But obviously, they care more about, obviously, the assessors and whoever's watching their games, and like, oh, how many mistakes did you make in this game compared to these other referees. Like, it is like, it's a bad thing for the sport of basketball. And that's one of the things I've noticed with Irish refs, is that referees referee a game based on what the referee judges are going to think. And a lot of the time, it's bad referees creating other bad referees. And a lot of the time, there's so many good referees that get convinced into being bad referees, because bad referees want referees to control games, which they're not supposed to do. But anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it. I don't even know who that referee is. I'm not saying they're good or a bad ref. I'm just talking about those situations in general, that I do think it's the referee not overstepping their mark, because they had every right to call a technical foul. They had every right to call a technical foul on that. But it is one of those things where it's like, even though you have every right to call a technical foul, should you call one? Probably not. Probably not. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And that is the video. I'll see you guys.